so to create the handle, we're going to add in a mesh cylinder like that. And we're going to, you'll see if you don't have that pop up, you can just click down here. We have some options here that we can work with on our cylinder. So I'm going to change my vertices to 16, and that will make it a lower resolution so I don't have like really heavy models. I can adjust the radius to be around the size of the hilt. And then now I can just move this up in Z and then go into my front view here. Okay, so if I didn't quite get that all right, that's okay. I'm going to hit the S key to scale uniformly, since we want our handle to be uniform. And then go into edit mode with the tab and then Control R, and then just add in some edge loops here so we can shape this out. So let's try 7, something like that. Okay, so now I have 7 edge loops here, and I can start to shape out. So I'm going to hit S to scale because it'll scale uniformly, and I'm just going to scale that out. And I'm just creating these little this little detail here, so I can just move that down, move this somewhere here. If I want to make the other piece of this, let's move this down a little bit here, like that. And then I can use this edge loop and hit S to scale, and then just move this down. You know, I'm just trying to create some details to this. All right, so I'll just move the rest of this down just to even them out. And then for the top part, we'll use an extrude, just again, so you're practicing those tools. So I'm going to select faces, select all those faces. So it's just, you know, I don't have the top part selected. And then I can go up to face and extrude faces along normals. And if I move my mouse upwards, you'll see that it will, and if you find that, I find sometimes like doing this intuitively can be a little bit of a headache, so you can just change the offset up here. So maybe 0.2, well, maybe 0.15, something like that. We're not worried about measurements right now, but just something so that you have that particular shape on your handle here. And then going back to hitting tab to go into object mode, you can see that things are still a little bit off center, and I'm going to turn off my X-ray here, and then just making the adjustments to, I'm going to scale this down a little bit. There we go. And then move this down to sit on top. Okay. So I'm not too concerned, you know, we'll just clip this stuff in. Not too concerned about perfection at this point, but just, you know, getting something close to the reference and just practicing these tools. All right. So if I go into my front view, I'm going to hit the 1 key on my numeric keypad. And I'm going to center my blade a little bit more, so it's a little bit more centered at the top, and then just move this up a little bit. Okay, so you should have something like this. So the next part is just adding some more, smoothing this out, adding some bevels to clean it up, and then we'll move on to putting some materials and textures on.